What's up, guys? It's Forrest, and I noticed that in my last review I was, the gameplay volume was a little too loud, and I hope in this video it's fixed. So in this video I wanted to talk, I wanted to explain a little bit more about why I like Watch Dogs. One of the big reasons I like Watch Dogs is because, you can't expect, just to be able to walk down the street with nothing happen. Earlier today, when I went to go just walk down the street and, just went to go find a car and stuff, all of a sudden someone turned around and started robbing someone. I mean, it's so unpredictable. And that's one of the big things I like, is that there's just random events that happen. Like, in other times, cars will randomly smash into each other and there's a big car crash now. I mean, you just can't expect some of it. So that's one of the big things I love about Watch Dogs compared to like other games like Grand Theft Auto, where I don't think Grand Theft Auto 5 has, any of those things. But don't get me wrong, Grand Theft Auto 5 is amazing on the size of the map, all the stuff you can do in it. This, I think, matches Grand Theft Auto. I think they're both awesome games.
Can I help you?
So, another thing I love about it is how the world interacts with you. Like on the TV behind you, or behind him, I guess, there's the, whatever it's playing right now, a commercial. Sometimes when it pops into the news, it may bring up something about you. And people around it looks at that and then, recognizes you off it and react to it. People also, just randomly down the street, you'd just be walking by and they're like, oh my gosh, it's Aiden Pierce. Can I get a picture with you? I mean, and, you can't really actually say yes or no to it. It's kind of like, hey, I'm going to take a picture of you. But I think that's still a really cool thing. So now that I bought a gun, let's go out here and let me talk a little about cars and what I think about the cars. So the cars were not exactly how I was thinking the game was going to end up being. I thought the game was going to make the cars really be realistic. Like, you hit something, your car could end up being totaled. Of course, I accepted that for Grand Theft Auto 5 as well. I think it's just too hard for, developers to create something like that. I think it takes way too much in a game. So I expected something a little bit more like Grand Theft Auto, where it's still, you hit stuff and you get hit by, you hit an object, you hit it. It damages your car, however much. But like this, okay, like that, where sometimes you can just barely scratch it when you should have actually hit it. Now, damage in the game, I think sometimes a little bit funny. Like, I got all these holes in my window. I don't think I actually got shot, so that part's a little, yeah. Well, but overall, I think the cars, though they're not, perfect, I think the cars are still really cool. There's a whole bunch of different types. One thing I wish and I hope maybe for a DLC, which, would be kind of cool, would be maybe, customizable cars where you can go into a shop and stuff. By wildlife, I think that they should have added, maybe some animals like they did in GTA 5, but like maybe more animals. I know there's not a whole bunch of wildlife, such as, let's see on the map. I know in this area right up here, this section, I know that's all wildlife. A little bit down here is a little bit wildlife, and the rest is not really. And so, it is mostly supposed to be around the city of Chicago, but I still think, adding a little bit of wildlife is still really cool to a game. And so that part I was disappointed to see that, this is all they added. But overall, I think that part, the wildlife, at least they added, places outside the city like this. This is not in the city, technically. It's a little bit on the outside. So, now, on guns, let's move over to guns. On guns, I think that they did a really good job on how the guns actually work. Now, yes, they could have added, you know, them to be super realistic with all the recoil and stuff, but the recoil and everything, that is still pretty good. You know, I love it how you can shoot someone in the head, and they're not going to take 2 bullets to the head to kill. It's 1 bullet, they're dead. Simple. Now, some of the guns, like, you know, I wish that, you know, you could customize, add suppressors to some of them, such as, like, you know, the biometric rifle. This is my favorite gun in the game. I can't, it's not suppressed. But if I moved over to the Spec Ops Goblin rifle or whatever, this thing is suppressed. It's the only suppressed rifle in the game. Now, same goes with this pistol, the Spec Ops. They're both, you know, they're both suppressed, which, yeah. I wish you could just, you know, customize your guns, maybe put on scopes and all that, but they didn't have that. So, compared to the trailers that they're giving out, or they gave out and everything, I say this game is pretty spot on. To, if you think about it, to what they showed us, it's pretty close to exactly what they showed us. Because, you know, they had, what is it, gunplay, they had the cars hitting each other. They were all actually like this. The police hitting the barricade type things. That was spot on to actually how the game is. The cars do slow down when they hit stuff, which is annoying at times, but it's still kind of, you know, it's still cool seeing the cars go flying after you just caused a big accident or something. So, maybe I should talk about a little bit more about random events. Why can't I select that random event? I don't know. Random events happen quite often. You get, like, you know, a crime of, you know, mugging, a guy planting explosives to blow up himself, I guess. I don't know. Or different things like that. Well, it happens, you know, it actually happens a lot, which is cool because, you know, it just continues to let you keep dealing with these situations. But then again, it's also nice to be able to enjoy the city without getting all these things popping up on the right side of your screen. So, I think it's actually pretty good balanced on, you know, how much they got. Now, overall of hacking, I would say that I like the idea that you have a battery life, that you only can hack a certain amount in the game. Like, in the bottom left, you see I have 6 battery lives. Some things take up 2 battery lives, others just take up 1. And so, you know, you only can hack, you know, so much until you run out of battery life, and then you have to wait for it to charge back up. It does bring a big challenge to the game, and I'm not sure if difficulty, like if I set my difficulty to hard or whatever, I'm not sure if that speeds up or slows down that process. I would imagine it does, but I'm not positive. I haven't actually changed the difficulty yet. So, that's all that. If I move over to storyline, I've heard things that the storyline was garbage, it wasn't good. In my opinion, the storyline was amazing. Grand Theft Auto, Skyrim, all those games, they've never actually really made me want to keep playing the storyline. I keep playing them because, you know, that's just to progress in the game. But this one, I actually, for the first several hours, I guess, I did not want to move over and just enjoy the city. I wanted to just keep playing the storyline because I wanted to know what happened next. This is the first game I've played that really did this, making me want to move on in the storyline. So I think, personally, the storyline was amazing. Now, the characters are also, you know, they're all different in their own ways. And so when you guys go to play Watch Dogs, you know, I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to say any of the characters. I'm going to say that the characters, they all are different. They're not all, you know, the same. Now I guess I could bring over to, since I just ran over that guy, I guess I could bring over to Reputation. I think Reputation is a really, really good idea in the game. Now, I wish that there was a little bit more to Reputation than just, you know, the normal, you know, you are a civilian, okay, you're a whatever, and then you're a vigilante, or you're a civilian, you're whatever, then you're whatever. I wish there was a lot more things than just the two that you can choose from on one side, and then the two that you can choose from the other side. I wish there was, like, you know, you got criminal, you got, I don't know, cold-blooded killer, I don't know, something like that. You know, where there's a lot more options of bad guy you could be, and the worse you got, the more, you know, they would try to, you know, stop you. So, that's kind of my opinion on that part. So, overall, I would have to say yes, the game is worth it. Only because, you know, it's Grand Theft Auto, which Grand Theft Auto was worth it. But it also adds, you know, hacking. It adds all that, and so it's amazing. The only thing is I'm kind of hoping for is some more maybe a couple DLCs that add maybe some apartments, more apartments than what you already get. Maybe some, gunplay, more skills, more reputation stuff. Maybe just different stuff like that. So anyway, I hope this review maybe changed your guys' mind on if you guys think the game is worth getting or not. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.